Hey buddies, welcome to Amass Games. My name is Simon and today I'm doing a solo playthrough for World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, a pandemic system game. Now of course I have already given a review for this particular game, but I'm doing it on Mythic mode. That's when you have 8 of these really nasty cards that are going to come up and make the game much harder. Now I have played hard mode on regular Pandemic and numerous other pandemics as well, and I have to find sometimes that these spawning locations are more localized, which means actually it's not too difficult necessarily to win. And in fact, on one particular day, played it 7 times back to back on hard, and we happened to win those games. So I have actually not gone completely random with the quests. By all means, of course, watch the other video on how to set up, play and review. This is a solo playthrough as I mentioned, and I've chosen particular characters based on the layout of the map. To save you time, I've already done the layout. So in this particular quest, I have also chosen certain missions which I haven't used as a combination before. So we have some from the introductory suggested quest layout plus something different. And as well as that, I also chose one which I felt would be kind of easier to kind of be aware of in terms of admin. Aside from that, in terms of characters, I've chosen characters in this particular case close to where one of the quest locations is to try and work on them together. And because I'm playing it solo with 3 characters, I also play with 4 starting cards. So there's a stronghold card up here. We just have the 1, not the 3 in the introductory or beginner kind of mode, or in the sort of a harder mode as well, where you have 2. And of course, like I said, 8 of those bad cards that are going to be coming up. So hand limit 7, we're going to start off and we're going to go in clockwise order. I've got these cards over here to have some space for my extra 3 potential cards. And starting off with Savannah's Windrunner. As an action, you can fight in a connected space. If you're on that space, you do not suffer damage during this action at limit to 1 action per turn. So I'm going to be coming this way to Utgard Keep initially, spending my first of my 4 actions, and then of course doing my quest actions because I want to have other people helping as well. Okay, so we've moved in for 1. We're now questing for 1 action. You can roll 2 dice. Now, this instance, we do have 1 blue card. We need to do a good roll here. So the second action, we have 2 shields, which unfortunately isn't going to help me whatsoever, but it fights back and at least I'm protected. I've also chosen characters around here which actually give me more health, so 7 rather than 6. Hopefully I'm not rushing into it too much. By all means, of course, let me know in the comments. Also check out the description whereby, of course, you can follow on Instagram, over 2,200 photographs. And if you can, please, of course, share, like and subscribe for further videos. Lastly, there is a playlist. So if you want to check out other cooperative games, you can do that on the playlist channel. If you want to see other solo playthroughs as well, check out that playlist too, as well as how to set up, play and review. So we're going up for our 3rd action. This time we do have some good fighting stuff going on. Actually, they would have progressed 1 space because of this card. So now we have 2 fight actions, so we can progress this way, 1, 2, 3. And that was my 3rd action, and also we have enough of a defense against the 2. So now we're going with our 4th action, and we have 2 more fights. So 1, 2 over yellow, and we have protecting against for 1. So it does do 1 damage. So Sylvanas has taken a damage of 1, going down from 6 to 5. Nearly everything is on the board. I think everything is kind of visible should it need to be. I think that'll help just to bring up things a little bit more. So let's just move this away slightly. And I think that'll be enough to kind of keep everything kind of in shot. Excellent. So now we're moving on to the next character. Along comes Muradin Bronzebeard. So Bronzebeard, where is this character? Well, let's find out. We have now Bronzebeard, which is over here. Let's do some fighting here. So before I do that, I'm going to draw 2 hero cards, finishing off that turn. 1 and 2. Good, no bad cards yet. And also we need to spawn some ghouls. So we are at the Scourge track of 2, so being it twice. Terrace of the Markers. So that's going to get a ghoul. Go again. And this time we have Utgard Keep. All right, so that's going to be over here now. Right, and now finally we are going to activate the abominations. It's going to move 1 closer. I think this is the closest way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it's got to be this way. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if it can go through the circle. I don't think it can, no. Good, okay, so hand limit's fine. We're moving on to this character. And now there's a free action. Move 1 ghoul from your space or a connected space. Excellent. Free action done. That's 1 taken care of. Now let's also consider this. During your own actions, when you play a fight or a defend card, heal 1. Good to know. And when you quest, you can contribute 1 additional card. Excellent. So right now we are just going to deal with the people around me. So for my second action, I think we're going to deal with Frosthold and then Therm's End. So first action, we are going to do a couple of fightings. That's gone. So that's first action. Second action to move in. Third action to fight again, dealing with 1. Damage of 1 protected. And a final action, let's deal with this guy again. And good, completely destroyed. Okay, so drawing 2 cards. Well, there's very little else to do. So as a free action, I could choose to move. Let's see what else I could have done instead. Let's just assume we're going to get other cards. We have a heal card, and let's see what else I get. I will have to discard down, unfortunately. I think we will get rid of this travel card for the time being. Okay, so that card's gone. Bit of a waste. And as a free action, move any hero on your up to 2 spaces. Well, actually, we can do that. On your space, apologies. So up to 2. Well, let's move them here for the time being. So that would be a used action. And now we are dealing with the spawning of the ghouls. So more ghouls are being spawned. And now we have Naxxramas comes up. And we have Grizzlemore also in purple. Okay, so there we go. Now we're moving on to Varian Win. When you fight, you may re-roll 1 die. So I think we will start fighting initially and then start ploughing in. So fight for 1. Deal is that done. Good. 1 action done. I don't think I could have moved in, so that was 1 action to move, 1 action to do that. In fact, you know what? We will do a travel. No, I don't want to waste 1. Okay, and now, so we have 2 more actions left. Now we can contribute more cards. So we've now got 2 fights. So we're doing 1, 2, 1, contribute an extra card, and we're also taking 1 damage from this. So, and then we've got the 4th action, and we're doing 3 damage, 1, 2, 3, a red, and then another red. So we've completed this quest. That can go over to the Ice Crown Citadel. That's now dealt with, and we also reveal this card. 1 Quiet Night. Anytime skip spawn ghouls and activate abominations this turn. Let's hold on to that for time being, but we do have a hand limit, so we kind of need to do that now, I believe. I think that's the best time to do it. Alternatively, we could start fighting additional things as well. At this moment, we could choose to heal. And okay, let's just play a heal. I don't know. Let's do skip spawn, activate ghouls this turn. Okay, so we'll just do that. Play the 1 Quiet Night now. Bit of a shame because of that. But okay, so we're skipping the ghouls. Right, so we're going to draw some cards up. 1, 2, 3. So nothing of interest. 1 hero on your space can heal 1. Well, let's spend that card. And now that's back up fully healed. We've got a nice set of cards. We've got 6 cards. This is going to skip a spawn. We'll do that too. So it's going to draw 2 cards. 1, good as a stronghold, play immediately. And then this card, right. Okay, so playing a stronghold on any space, that space. So we're going to place it here and then use that to get over here, I think, or over here. I think that's a good way of dealing with it. Now, we've also going to play 1 Quiet Night. So we're skipping the spawn step. Before we do this, we've got to play the next card here. So advancing the Scourge marker, so that's increasing. So we're suddenly drawing 2 cards. And the Lich King is going to move. Right, so drawing the bottom card. What do we draw? We draw the Wrathgate, which is fine. Okay, so we are going to put 3 ghouls there. We are going to move the Abomination, spawn an Abomination there too. And we are then, of course, moving the Lich King while it's still staying on red, which is actually good. And then we're discarding that card, so that card's gone. And then we're going to shuffle the Scourge deck as well. So these are all going to disappear back to the top, which is fine apart from Wrathgate. That's all we really have to worry about currently. Okay, so now this is where it's going to be really good because we are now playing 1 Quiet Night, which we said. So anytime skip that we did, so we're skipping it. So we're skipping the the spawning, and we're skipping the Abomination. That card is now gone as well. And now obviously that turn is finished. It's back to Silver's Windrunner, and this time we're going to move across for 1. When you fight on a connected space, as if you're on that space, you do not suffer damage during this action. So we get rid of Grizzlemore, and that is gone. And now we are going to start considering these other options. I think for time being, we're going to go over to help our colleague up the top there. So go up for 1, and then we're going to jump across. So we're going to jump across here for 2. That would have been a 3rd action to fight, so that would have dealt all of that damage. And we could consider questing now, and I think that is probably what I want to be doing, even though we have other actions. Free action, And I think we'll keep it as it is. Okay, so we're now doing a quest. So we're going to roll. We have one of these. Oh, actually, that would have spawned an abomination on the space as well. So that would have occurred here. So I need to be aware of that. So that would have completed, and I guess it would have completed at the end of the turn. It would have activated abominations, but it wouldn't have done, so that's fine. So moving across is fine as well. Okay, so I think we would have actually fought for this one. So 2 and a 3 would have happened to have destroyed that on its turn when over there. Okay, and now we have that first quest action. So the first quest action is, I think what we just rolled was this. So we can move forward 1 position. We can also move forward a green. We can also contribute a green on behalf, actually, well, we can't contribute an extra green card because it's already been used. And what else can we do? You can contribute 1 additional card. So I'm guessing, I don't know if you can use the same card, but we'll assume we can. Quest actions here is you cancel 1 thingy, so that does actually cancel out one of those quest actions, unfortunately. And yes, and when you play a fight or defend card, it would have healed 1, but already healed, so never mind, wasn't great. But we do drop 2 cards. So we have another defend card, another travel card. We're now going to spawn some ghouls. So Thrum's End comes back, which is fine. Good thing we dealt with that. And as you see, a bit of a mulligan did occur there. And we have Vault of Archavon, so it has actually reached too many. So that is not good. We've had an overrun. So in this case, you don't place a 4th ghoul out there. When it does occur, though, the despair mark has increased. So when this reaches the bottom, we're out of the game. And also, we're going to place an abomination on that overrun space. In this case, we haven't lost the game yet because of this. Otherwise, it would have caused it. So now Vault of Archavon has an extra abomination on it. And now we've already spawned, and then what else we've done? The Archavon's come out. We've spawned the ghouls. So we've drawn only, yes, drawn 2 cards. 1 card, let's just double check. Yep, and now we're going to be activating abominations. They're moving this direction, the closest place they can go. And they're coming towards, ready to do some damage. And the hand limit, as you can see, is still at 7. Okay, so we're next 2. So now we're moving on to Meridian Bronzebeard. So you can move 1 ghoul from your space or connected space. Well, that's free. Now we're going to start questing. So we don't have necessarily the right stuff. You reduce 1 of your fists. We can contribute a green card for him, a green card for Sylvanas, 1 of those fists, but as you can see, 1 of them is cancelled out, and then it's dealing 2 damage. So we don't have anything to protect it, so 2 damage has gone, and you can contribute an extra card, so we can contribute a blue as well. So that's for action 1. I think it's okay for damage last time as well. Second action, okay, 1 fist is cancelled. That's a shame. We do protected though from the shields. You can contribute an extra card, so we're contributing 1 blue, 1 red for Sylvanas, and another another card from Meridian Bronzebeard. Third action, 2 fists, so we get 1 fist. 1 fist is cancelled out. We get 1 yellow contribution. Well, actually, we can do a red, yellow, and then a fist. And then, of course, we're dealing a damage of 2. So it's gone down to 4. And the final and 4th action, I believe, and there we are, 3 fists. 1's cancelled out. We're obviously going to get some damage left, but I believe as the quest is completed, it's fine. So now that one is completed as well. And now we have the borrowed time. So the current player does 3 actions this turn. So we have 6 cards, 7 cards. So right now we're looking in a good state. 3 more actions. So right now we need to consider where to go. Currently we need to focus on down here. So we need to consider what we're going to get to. So which way shall we go? Well, unfortunately, Nexus is away in the corner. I think coming this way makes sense, but we probably need to deal with these. Otherwise, we are going to have some issues with running out of components. So 1, 2, 3. We do have some free fight actions, but there's very little else that I have. I think healing. So I think playing on a quest base, heal makes sense. Defend. Probably could have defended against that prior attack. So I think we would have actually done that. So let's defend 2 damage. And then we've got 1 of each colour pretty much. 3 free actions. Well, yeah, I think for now, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to draw this ghoul away for the time being. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 actions, and then spend the travel to move any here up to 4. 1, 2, So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And that, actually, I think we'll move 3. Now we'll move 4 and just hope we don't get Archavon come up. Okay, so we've placed all those cards. We're now drawing some cards. We've played Borrow Time. We're now drawing 2 cards. Heal and Scourge Rises again. So now we're drawing 3 cards. Not a good time to have that. Drawing that bottom card. This is really bad for that Vault because War Stronghold is coming up. In fact, it's going to happen. So War Stronghold. Okay, so now this is going to come up with obviously 3 ghouls. It's still a red card. We're then spawning an Abomination, so unfortunately that triggers the end of the game because there's no more Abomination spawn. Unfortunately, probably should have raced in here and played some fight cards. Of course, that wouldn't have been enough, and that has caused the end of the game. So there we go, that's how quick it is to lose. Only 15 minutes or so in, despite the couple of bits that I did do. Obviously in this case, you really must focus on those Abominations ASAP. Holy Valley of Interest, of course, a nice learning curve for Mythic is, of course, focusing on making sure components there. In this instance, though, it's not over because there is one thing left, and that is if you cannot place an Abomination, there's none left, advance the spare marker one more place. So we're not over yet. And then, of course, that's gone, that's spent away. You discard that card, but then we are now going to be drawing up some cards. So we can't place a thing there. We're now shuffling these up. So shuffle the discard back, place them on top. As you can see, the end is in sight. So Thrum's End gets 1. We have Vault Archhaven gets 1. We can't place one there, so that increases as well. And then we go again. And of course, we place one Abomination. We can't place one there, so it goes down again. Okay, and then we're going to go on to another place. Okay. And then the third card now, because Scourge Drags on 3. Warsong gets an extra one, but it can't. So it goes down again. And because of that, it gets an Abomination. So there we go. And that's pretty bad. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's tricky because we've advanced the Despair for 1, and then of course the thingy. So now that's happened. 3 cards have come up, but activate the Abomination. So now they're moving, at least they're moving this direction now. 1, 2, I guess they can be split up. This is still moving this direction. And now we're moving on to Vaynrin. So Vaynrin needs to really come and deal with these guys. So he's going to move in for 1, come across for 2, I think deal with this guy, which is going to be tricky in this fight. And then, of course, he can re-roll dice. So that's 2 actions. He could heal, but he's already pretty strong. Move any number of ghouls from connect space to yours. Nope, we'll leave it as it is. Let's just roll and do some fighting. Pretty bad stuff. You can re-roll it in a fight. So even worse, you could add an extra thing. Nothing happens. So that's not good. It's going to obviously not feel good. And it's now going to attack back. So it's attacking back for 2. So there we go. And then final action, we have 2 fists and a fight. So that final action at least gets rid of this Abomination. And now we can drop 2 cards. Do any other cards I want to play? We could play a heal card. We don't have to worry about it yet. So 1, 2. So now we're going to be drawing some new cards. Thankfully, these aren't too bad. 3 cards. Shadow Vault is going to come out. 1. Good Arc gets over here. Oops. Good Arc, yeah, it does get knocked. 3rd card comes out, Thunderfall. Okay, so let me move these over a bit. So Thunderfall. So Thunderfall is going to take 1, and that's over here. And then moving the Abominations. This isn't going to be good, so we'll move it this way. It's going to take a damage. This one's going to move over here. And then we're moving back to Sylvanas. Okay, so we need Sylvanas to now move out. So probably move in there for 1, start attacking. And nothing else really to fight with. So I think we're going to have to use Finding Connect Space if you were there. So we'll just do there, we won't take any damage. Okay, once per turn though. So we do 2 fights. We've got nothing else to help with it. So it doesn't really do anything. So we kind of just need to escape from there. So now we need to consider moving away. I could start dealing with this thread over here. So we'll just do, that's the first action, 1, 2, 3. And that's not even going to be enough to deal with that. So that's a bit tricky. I think we might spend 3 and then just wait and just draw that away. Okay, so we're drawing up some more cards. So we could start healing. I think we will heal in your space, but that can't be useful. So no, nothing at all. So 2 more cards. 1, and the last card we can't keep. So the heal, any hero in your space rests and heals 1, that's fine. So she's already maxed, never mind. Okay, well actually we could move a hero up to 4, so up to 2. We'll just move her across instead. Okay. So these cards are a bit of a mess, but it's fine, we can see what we're doing. So next up, we have moved on to spawning ghouls. So spawning 3, Frosthold gets 1. We have Temple of Lut. So over here, it's going to get a 3rd one, a 2nd one, Enklach, and then Andalor. Right, so Andalor is fine, out of the way. Uldar, and then we're moving over to Marine Bronzebeard. So spawning ghouls, that's damaging for 1. And this is starting coming towards her again. Right. So Meridian Bronzebeard. Okay, so remove 1 ghoul from your space or connect to 1. Excellent. 1 is gone. I think we're actually going to have to deal with this threat down here, otherwise we're going to lose. We are. So we're going to have to move in here for 2. Attack for 3, which takes off 1. Deals 1 damage. And now we're going to have to spend that travel card to move up for 3, to do a final attack to deal 2 more damage. So 2 more gone, and then he's lost 1 as well. And then we're going to draw up some cards. So we could heal. We've got enough cards now to heal, so we're drawing up 1 space. How many cards you got left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. It's not a green. Okay. Then spawning ghouls. So 3 cards. The Wrathgate has 3, which of course triggers the end of the game because we can't place one out, get an abomination. We do have an abomination, but we do advance to despair track. That happens. So we lose that before we get this last abomination out, which triggered the end of the game. So managed to last 20 odd minutes, but as you can see, pretty tricky. Did complete 2 quests though, so it wasn't terrible. That final quest, by the way, was this one, which happened to be Alexandra's Cleansing. Return a discarded Scourge card to the box, remove all the ghouls from that space. So let's see when the next one would have been. 2, so it's fine. 4 more cards. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you found of interest. As you can see, pretty chaotic on Mythic, but I hopefully found that's useful and informative. Going at a bit of speed, thinking about that, maybe slowing that down. But by all means, rewatch that, and hopefully that starts to make some good sense. By all means, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.